The images in the following program are highly sensitive and may be as disturbing to viewers as they were to us. However, we have to show the truth about animal cruelty.
This is the Stop Animal Cruelty series on Supreme Master Television. Today, we have the honour of interviewing the founder and director of the UK-based Vegetarians International Voice for Animals, or VIVA, Ms. Juliet Gallatley, about her fine work to protect our animal friends and promote veganism. We now continue our discussion with her on the dairy industry and milk production.
In the UK, 1 in 9 women, for example, now get breast cancer, and that's directly linked to what we're doing to ourselves, because milk, of course, is absolutely loaded with hormones from an animal that's either pregnant or just given birth. So it's got estrogens, progesterones, and so on, but 35 different hormones in 11 what's known as growth factors. So just the sip of milk, you've got this whole cocktail of growth factors and hormones which are meant to get a calf from its size to at least triple its weight within 1 year. So those hormones are meant to direct the growth of that animal. And so there are all sorts of issues with triggering the growth cells in us. Prostate cancer in men, breast cancer in women. The animals themselves go through a life where by literally 3 to 4 years old, most dairy cows in the UK are killed for low quality meat when they would naturally live much, much longer than that. I mean, I know in a sanctuary a mother and daughter who are 36 and 34 years old.
Ms. Gallatley has also documented the abuses of turkeys in factory farms.
You go into one of those farms and, you know, we have hours of footage of this, where you literally find it difficult to even move through the animals because they're so packed in. So you've got these huge overgrown animals that have been selectively bred to be much too big for their age. They can barely walk because of their overgrown size, and they just about shift away from you as you try to walk through them. And just seeing animals who are just dead, lying on the floor, who've just been left there, even worse in some ways, injured animals who are just left untreated, and just the general state that they're in.
VIVA has brought to the public's attention the savage treatment of ducks by the meat industry.
And another campaign which I was very closely involved with myself was our duck campaign. We did a poll with Radio 4 who looked at, did anybody know that ducks were factory farmed at all, and not a single person did, because what we discovered in our investigations that in the UK 98% of all duck meat came from factory farmed animals. And we went and filmed the conditions. I went and filmed myself in several of the big suppliers, and again it was very similar to the way the turkeys were kept. There were just these huge sheds with these ducks in a dreadful state. You know, these are white feathered ducks that were just dirty, animals going blind because they couldn't preen themselves because they have no access to water, of course, no access to swim. I mean, these are animals obviously that are born to be on water. That's what they're meant to be, to preen, to exercise, to play, to do everything that a duck does, and they just looked in such a pathetic state that it was truly shocking. And when we got that footage out, there were some tangible results from that, and you know, we did succeed in that. I think within 1 or 2 years of the campaign beginning, the number of ducks being killed in the UK had fallen by 2 million. So there were very tangible successes with that in changing people's attitudes.
How can we permanently end all of these heartless acts against animals? The answer is simple, and also good for our health and the environment: the compassionate vegan diet. Let's hear from Juliet Gallatley on this perfect solution.
Going vegetarian and going vegan is such a positive step, and that's why I love working on it, because you can empower people. You can change yourself just by going into that shop and not buying animal products, and instead choosing things that protect our health, that are full of vitality and life, or, you know, the fruits, the veggies, the peas, beans, lentils, groups, and make, you know, there are thousands and thousands of these foods available now. We have more choice than we have ever had in the history of human beings. There really is no excuses not to do it. Millions and millions of us have, so everybody can do it.
We would like to extend our deep gratitude to Director Juliette Gellatley and all those at Viva, who are working tirelessly to protect our wonderful, beloved animal friends. May Viva's message of love for animals reach people across the globe. Thank you for joining us today on Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants. Coming up next is enlightening entertainment after noteworthy news. May all beings on this planet live with dignity and freedom.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/stop-animal-cruelty.